Hello, hello. Welcome, Sammy here, Dos Caracolitos, and I'm excited to be here with you tonight. We're going to listen to some healing sounds, talk about the stars, and then, drum roll please, we're going to pull some tarot cards. Welcome, thanks for being here. Couldn't be happier than to see you. So, I invite you to join me in getting comfortable, taking a breath, and soaking in the vibration of love, which is all that we're made of, and everything else is fake. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming in. We're about to play the bull, talk about the stars, and then pull a couple cards. So thanks for joining. Delicious. So, right now we have on the horizon, the rising sign at the moment is transitioning from Gemini into Cancer. It's a little bit later at night than we've done this. So we've kind of been in the Gemini rising time zone the past few nights around the 10-ish o'clock time. But now we're about to welcome. So good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So we're about to enter into passing from Gemini, the thought, the talking, the communication, the air, into Cancer rising for another couple of hours. And that feels good because I don't know about you, but I've been in a very communicative, talking state. And right now, going into that Cancer feeling, sorry, my battery is low. It's a great time to sink into the body and sink into the water and the emotion and the love and the senses. So I'm glad that that's happening in the next couple of minutes while we're here together. And also what's happening is we have at the top of the sky, if you look up right now, if you're in the northern hemisphere, we have Neptune and Pisces. So Neptune is dreamy, Pisces is dreamy. It's all about the dreaminess. And then directly below us, if you were to go straight through the earth and fall out the other side, you'd be in Virgo, where we have the sun, but no longer the moon, because the moon has left its new moon in Virgo, and the moon is now in Libra. And I love that. I have a lot of Libra in my chart, and Libra, what I love about Libra is the combination of caring about beauty but also caring about justice. So what's better than that? You know, wanting things to be lovely and beautiful and loving and balanced, but never with any kind of compromise in terms of what's right. And so we have that. And then actually what's directly across from that we now have is Mars and Aries. So we have Mars in Aries and Mercury in Libra, because the moon and Mercury are both in Libra right now. So if you think of the moon in terms of the emotions, and then you think of, welcome, thanks for being here. We're talking about the stars, what's happening right now, and about how the moon just moved from Virgo, where we had our new moon, into Libra. And in Libra, we also have Mercury. So the moon, emotion, sensitivity, inner life, and then Mercury, communication, words, directness, connection, relationships. And so there's a lot of Libra energy there. And then that's directly across the sky from where we have Mars and Aries. And that's conflict, fighting, but also assertiveness and power. So I think it's interesting that we have, the Mercury and the Mars on this axis directly across from each other right now. And to me, what that is a call for is to have both of those present in communications, to have that fire and that assertiveness and of the Aries and the Mars, and to bring that together with Mercury and Libra, which is valuing beauty and justice. So taking those loves of the Libra, the scales of beauty and justice, and then powering that up with that Aries and Mars is saying just bring that fire and fight for that beauty and fight for that truth and justice and love and all of that together. So that's what's in the sky right now, and I hope everyone had a beautiful new moon, and the full moon is October 1st in Libra, so that's going to be a fun time. We'll be building up to that. And with no further ado, the cards. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle for a few seconds, and I invite you to take a couple deep breaths with me while I shuffle. And if you have something you'd like a card pulled about, something that you get clarity on, or anything that comes to mind, please drop it there in the comments, and I'll try to make sure that everyone gets a card. So okay, let's cut the deck. Any takers? Anyone? Brave enough to enter the ring? I'm just kidding. This reading's for all of us, whether or not you share what's on your mind or anything. Just think about it, and whatever comes up, it's for you. It's also lovely just to pull a couple cards and see what comes up. Little mirror reflection of the soul is what I like to think of it as. Okay, here goes. One. It's like the Tootsie Roll commercial. A 1. A 2. A 3. Let's see what we have here for the first card. The Hierophant. So see what you see here. It's the Hierophant is a spiritual teacher, and there's a couple of people who are seated at the bottom who are learning. So the fact that we have the 2 people on either side and then these pillars, it reminds me a lot of what we were just talking about how Libra, how Mercury and the moon are together in Libra, and how they are across from Mars. And this red, fiery, authoritative energy here, this really kind of reminds me of Mars in Aries right now. And then these two remind me of the 2 planets we have in Libra, Mercury and the moon. So to me, this looks like a beautiful illustration of what's happening in the sky, and an affirmation that that's something good to be paying attention to right now, is bringing that fiery energy towards communications that have a balance of beauty and of justice. Card number 2. The 4 of Swords, the 4 of air. So here you have Smokey. Hi, Welcome. So good to see you. Just so you know, Cancer is now on the horizon. It's the rising sign. So we just are about to enjoy 2 hours of some yummy, nurturing Cancer energy here on the East Coast. So good to see you. We're on the second card, and it's the Four of Swords. If you notice anything about this card that you feel like sharing, please put it into the comments and we can talk about it. But here you have what looks like a stone figure who is sleeping on what is probably some kind of coffin. Oh, please, the more the merrier. Come on, come on, come on. We can pick cards for everyone if they want. So this is the Four of Swords, and it has this picture in like a church. There's a stained glass window. And even though it's a card that has the theme of death, what I really feel with this card is it's about rest, because you have this figure on top. Welcome! Hi! What's her name? Do you want to say it? I can say hi to her. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. So glad to have you. We're doing a few tarot cards, and then we're talking about what's happening in the sky. So we're now pulling this card, which is the Four of Swords, and it's a card because swords are like thoughts, and this to me is an invitation to put down the thoughts, to take a rest, because there's all of these different thoughts and ideas. Affy, nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in. Oh, cool. Affy, am I pronouncing it right? Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us. So good to have you here. So I think that with this card, it's good to take breaks from thoughts, and maybe because it's late at night, I don't know, maybe putting down some of the different thoughts and just enjoying the peace of stillness. Okay, let's look at the third card. Ready? Yay! Okay, the third card. Ooh, the Queen of Wands. Isn't she beautiful? What do you think, you guys? What do you see? If you see or feel anything, I'd love to hear about it. Whatever this card brings up for you. The Queen of Wands we have here, she is seated on a throne. She's holding a big staff, which represents fire. There is a kitty with her, and she's holding a sunflower as well. So, the Queen of Wands, I'm going to bring this all back to what's happening in the sky right now, because oh no, I don't need your name at all. I just wanted to say hi. It's so good to have you here, and nice to meet you. Yes, there's a cat. There is royalty. I love it. The cat is represents, what does the cat represent? I want to hear what you guys think. I love cats. I think cats are graceful and smart and warm and mysterious and playful, affectionate, strong, and then royalty, that speaks to me of, it's interesting, thinking of royalty in today's world, there's so much wrong with the way power is used. With the cards, I'm definitely trying to look at the way that it represents different levels of mastery. You have 2 cats? Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait to have kitties again. So with the Queen of Wands, she's basically somebody who's mastered the element of fire. She knows how to use fire without it being unwieldy. So she, with some of the qualities of using fire, and I'd love to hear if you think of others, but um, action. Let's see, girl and boy. Oh, a lot of action, activity, passion. Fire can transform things. Fire gives warmth and keeps people alive. Fire can completely destroy things. But the Queen of Wands is able to. In her other hand, she has the sunflower, and the sunflower it turns towards the sun. And another thing, side fact, might be rambling here, but did you know that sunflowers, when there isn't sunlight, that they turn towards each other? Isn't that beautiful? I always thought that was so beautiful because they contain their own light as well. So I love that idea. But here we talked about with the Hierophant that we have this figure who is in red with authority and directness. It's kind of like we have right now Mars is in Aries. In the sky it would be at sort of like 9 o'clock. And then directly across in the sky we have, in Libra, we have Mercury, and also the moon is in Libra now. And how this card is sort of like you have the moon and Mercury in Libra, and then you have Mars in Aries, and how all together that creates balance and justice, and also power, and could be about conflict, but could also just be about direct activity. And so then we have the Queen of Wands, who I think is sort of like a more beautiful and aesthetic version of representing that, because you have the fire of the card. The wands represent fire, which is like the Aries and the Mars and all of that conflict and aggression and assertiveness and power of the fire, but brought together with all of that Libra energy, the moon in Libra now and Mercury in Libra, which is all about the beauty and the balance and a bit more lightness. So I think that's a pretty good snapshot of what's happening right now. And then our card in the middle about putting thoughts to rest. And we just talked about how we moved from Gemini being on the horizon for the past couple of hours to now Cancer being on the horizon, and the fact that it's the swords being put to sleep. It's like, okay, now's the time of day to take all of the thoughts and ideas and tuck them to bed and get cozy, drink some water like a good Cancer, and find something soft to curl up in and to put on, and to enjoy rest. So with that, if anyone else wants a card pulled, now is the time. Let me know, and otherwise we'll listen to some sounds, and then I didn't mean to do that. And then we'll say goodnight. We'll listen to softer sounds. That was just a test. It works. It does make sounds, but it makes prettier sounds. So let's see. Anyone want a card? Okay, well, I forgot to mention this. I'm going to be here every night, and I'd really like to make it like a regular time so we can come together and count on it. And I was thinking 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Western time, so maybe we'll shoot for that, but let me know. Oh yeah, okay. Affy, I'd love to pull a card. Let's do it. So is there something in particular that you would like us to focus on, or do you want me to just pull it and then I could just focus on you and what you need? Let's see. Oh, okay. I have 2 more friends. Yay! That's awesome. It's a party in here. Bring everybody. I love it. Okay, so Affy, should we pull your card about, do you want it to be about anything in particular? Should we just pull it and then we'll see? pull it. I love it. Beautiful. That's that Mars and Aries energy we've been talking about. Just go. Okay. Speaking of that royal energy, we have the Queen of Pentacles. You're a Scorpio. That's awesome. So here, do you see the Queen of Pentacles? This one's for you. So if you have any thoughts or feelings on it, I would love for you to share those, and I'll share as well. So what do you see here? On this card, in case it's hard to see, there is a queen, and she is seated on a throne, and she's holding this big golden circle on her lap. There's a bunny rabbit over here. Oh yeah, the star. The star. And she's surrounded by flowers and plants and lush grass, and there's rivers flowing and mountains, and the sky is gold. And she's wearing a crown. So the Queen of Pentacles, we pulled this card last night because right now the sun is still in Virgo, and so this is a card that is very much about Virgo, which is nature and earth and abundance. And the Queen of Pentacles is master of the element of earth. She has access to all of the beauty and pleasure and stability and fruit and warmth, and everything good about the earth is what she understands and what she moves through. And also pentacles represent earth and also abundance and money. So it's the physical form of abundance. Oh, your grandson is a Virgo. This could definitely have to, well, happy birthday to him. And you've got some Virgo energy happening for you, and I don't know what you're doing right now, but it seems like maybe you're doing something that you're a master at, and it seems like maybe it will be holding the baby. You holding? Oh my God, that's great, Togi. Yeah, I love that. So thank you for sharing that. So it looks like she's holding the baby, and he was just born. Oh, congratulations. Wow. Yes, she's caring for her grandson, because what is more abundant? There's no greater wealth than that, than being able to hold your baby, your grandson. That is so beautiful. You're caring. Oh, congratulations. And that is so special. And I see a loving and nurturing and powerful woman here holding this beautiful, bright star. So that's amazing. I'm so happy for you, and blessings to you both, and enjoy that. Oh, love that. So that's your card. Let's see, who else wanted a card? Oh, someone else said they'd never had a card pulled before. Wait, what was your name again? Was it? Oh, wait, who is Monterey? Monterey? Are you still here? And then we'll pull one for you too, Smokey. Is that what you want me to call you? Should I call you Smokey? Okay. Yeah, you're on the right side for sure. That is a card of complete positivity and goodness and clarity. No doubt there. Okay, the internet's not great tonight. Yeah, I'll pull a card for you, Monterey. And then we'll pull one for you, Smokey. Is that what you want? I'll ask you later. I hope that's cool. Okay. This one's for you, Monterey. Yeah, sure. Okay. Thanks. I don't know about you guys, I've like gone by different names, and I just want to make sure everyone gets called the name they want in here. Okay, so Monterey, this one's for you. I'm thinking of you, and let's see what comes up. Wow, okay. Four of Pentacles, more Pentacles. This one's for you. What do you see or feel or observe, Monterey? I'd love to, because that's important what you see and think from this card. And I'll tell you, we have a figure here seated in a chair. They have a gold pentacle floating on their head. They're holding one in their arms, and then they have one under each foot, and behind them it looks like a bustling city with a bunch of colorful buildings and green grass. So this, let's see. Oh yeah, it looks like New York. And this is somebody who's currently in possession of, it's funny that we're in Virgo sun still, and we're getting all of these earth cards. It's beautiful. So there's a lot of abundance here. The Four of Pentacles, there is wealth, and there is stability. I see a dwarf. I think they're sitting down maybe, and their legs are bent and hanging off. Snow White, oh yeah, that's amazing. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I can see that. Well, let's see, is there something in that story that you connect with, perhaps? Or something that... What comes to mind for me when you brought up Seven Dwarfs and the Snow White and Seven Dwarfs with this card is that, sorry about that, is the abundance they have of the community. They live together, and they're all in that house, and they all have their different things that they're doing, and they're all helping each other. Oh my god, I love her. Women Who Run with the Wolf. Someone just commented that, yeah, that they listen to Clarissa Pinkola Estes. Women Who Run with the Wolves is like my Bible. I bring that book with me everywhere. It's so beautiful. I don't remember what she says about that story, but I do remember just from the Snow White that they all help each other, and every time I post it. Oh. Well, also in Snow White, a big part of the story is she needs to, the stepmother's coming for her, right? And it's kind of like, you can't hear what I'm saying. Sorry you can't hear me. But Snow White has to hide because there is a person who has this thing with their ego that they need to be the most beautiful, and that they're willing to hurt this person to keep their status, even though they're in denial of reality. And so let's see, the real abundance is in, let's see, there's an element to this card that even though there's stability and wealth, that this person is apart from the city. They're not with people, they're alone, and they're holding tightly to something. So it's kind of like the evil, the wicked figure in the story that's holding so tightly to her identity in a certain way, that she needs to be the best in this certain way, she needs to be right, she needs to be she needs that to be okay. And if she were to let go of that, maybe she could enjoy spending time with Snow White and the dwarfs, and they could all have a party together and be happy. And so I think it's like, if there is an abundance of wealth, like in this card, this person has it under their feet and they're holding it everywhere, that we don't need to hold so tightly, that that maybe there's more wealth to be had in connection than in holding on to everything that we have, because there's There's always more, and the more comes from being connected, not from guarding whatever it is that we think we already have. So that's what comes to mind for me with this card, and with the fact that you brought up Snow White. That you have so much, and that more comes from connection with others. So I hope that that's helpful, and let me know if you have any thoughts on that. And if we don't get to it right now, you could always message me and we can talk more about it. Okay, thank you for being open to having a card pulled. And now, Smokey, it's time for your card. La 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 la. Is there anything in particular you want us to think about when we pull it, or should I'm just gonna think about you and pull a card unless I see something pop up. But this one is for you. Okay. It's Pentacle Night over here. Everybody, look at that. The first person got a Queen of Pentacles, and then our next card was, after we got the Queen of Pentacles, Monterey got the Four of Pentacles, and now Smokey. What comes after the Four of Pentacles? You guessed it, it's the Five of Pentacles. So take a look at this here. I'd love to hear what you think, and then I'll tell you a bit about what I know of this card. So, oh yeah, you're next. So, this card, the Five of Pentacles, there's a stained glass window with 5 golden pentacles. It's nice and warm in there. And then it's snowing, and you have these 2 figures wearing clothes that look a little bit torn and a little bit worn. And one of them is on crutches. Oh, that I'm always helping people. Yeah. I feel that. And some people look at this card and they see the people who look like maybe they're having some struggle or they're hurting and they're in the cold and in the snow. But I find this one of the most hopeful and inspiring cards in the deck, because right next to them, but maybe no, it is everything. These cards are like, it could be, it's whatever it brings up for you. Like if they brought that up, that you're helping people, you see no mercy. Interesting. Well, there is an element here, and that is a reality, that these 2 people are struggling and suffering, and they're cold, and they don't have warm clothes, and one of them doesn't even have 2 working feet. But I love this card, and it always makes me feel like this warm feeling inside, because first of all, they're together. They're not alone. This card, I think, would be a really sad card to look at, maybe if there was one person there. But they're together, and they're moving. They're on their feet. They're not lying down in the sand. They're moving forward. And beyond that, hang on, come back. Sorry, I had a poor connection for a second. Poor connection. That's kind of interesting that we have this card right now, because they are right next to this building that looks like a church. And with archetype and tradition, I think like churches are typically, they were supposed to be places where people could go inside, right? Like anyone could go in there and find sanctuary and find safety, and no one gets turned away at the door. And they are right next to it. And it looks like maybe they're not looking at it. One of them is looking down and one of them is looking at us instead of towards the building. So this is always a reminder to me that it's like, if I look around, if I look up instead of down, and if I look all around me, maybe there's some abundance, maybe there's some warmth that I'm not paying attention to right now, because there will always be something hurting, there will always be something cold around, but there's also things like maybe another person or maybe a warm place to go, despite what's going on. Because at the end of the day, there are 5 pentacles here, and pentacles are earthly abundance. And so even though there might be snow, and even though these people might be having a hard time right now, what shines through is the fact that there is warmth available, and they're still moving. So there's a lot of hope here to keep moving and to look for where the warmth is and who might be someone to walk with. But I also hear about like the helping and maybe the pain of not receiving help, or I don't know for sure if that's what you might be experiencing, but I hope that the sanctuary and the warmth is popping up. So, and again, if you feel like incomplete with any of this, or you want to talk about it more, just message me and we can like keep talking about it, and always pull more cards until you feel resolved and supported. So I'm here. Okay, I think we had, and thank you so much for being open to having a card pulled. So let's see, I think we had somebody out there who might want a card as well. Was it B? Was that, did I see a B in the comments? I think you're out there. Let's see if we pull something other than a pentacle. We just pulled 3 pentacles. This Virgo sun is like, I'm Virgo sun. You're talking all about Mercury and the moon and Libra and Aries, and what about me? So yes, Virgo, we love you, we feel you, and we love the earth. And hi. Well, would you like a card pulled for something in particular that's on your mind, or shall I just feel your energy and then pick a card? Pull. Love it. Let's do this. Let's pull this. Okay. Okay. Your daughter's an Aries. Well, let's see. Mars is in Aries right now, so she's getting a little extra oomph in her Ariesness. Maybe a little extra fire. Okay, this one's for B. The 2 of Wands. This card's for you, so if you see anything or feel anything, please feel free to share it. And if it helps to hear what's on the card, we have a figure here holding the world in their hand, in one hand. In the other hand, they're holding a staff, a wand of fire. And then there's another wand of fire next to them. So there's two wands of fire, and they're standing high up on what looks like some sort of castle, and they're looking out at rolling lush green fields and a big body of water, and then in the distance there are mountains. And this card is sort of like you've got the world, you've got the whole world in your hands, and also you've got the whole world at your feet. It's kind of a magical, mystical card because this person is looking out at the world, but they're also holding it in their hand. So it's kind of like on every level, the world is opening up for you, and the horizon is open, and the wands represent action and creation and energy. So it can also be a card that talks that means that traveling is good, that exploration is clear and open for you, and let's see, does that bring up anything for you? Do you feel like sharing any more about that? Also, I think, is there a chance that you're a Gemini? Because the two, the way it's written, looks like the Gemini symbol. And so even though this card is a fire card because of the wand, the world is in your hands. It's all yours. It is your world. It's sort of like has a Gemini flavor to it. So I think it's the fiery side of a Gemini, and that's the part of a Gemini that is adventurous and that sees the big picture, because you're in the big picture, you're holding the big picture, and you've got plenty of fire and energy to continue to explore it. So that's what I see here. And yeah, if you want to talk more about that card or anything else, you know where to find me. Let's see. Aries moon. Oh yes, of course. So the emotions. So the fire of that Aries moon, and it's a fire, and it's a very balanced fire card, because there's a lot of wand cards where there's like battles, or there's all kinds of things happening. This is the calmest, the most tranquil, one of the most tranquil of the wands cards, other than the Queen of Wands that we saw earlier. But it's fire that is perfectly balanced. There's two of them, and this person's right in between, so they're able to handle the fire, and they don't even need to hold one of them. One of them is standing on its own. So you have one of the wands just standing there, the other one in their hand. So if you're an Aries moon, I would say this is an Aries moon who has very balanced emotions, and a lot of potential for exploration with that fieriness. Thank you. Let's see, anybody else want a card this evening? And we'll be back here tomorrow, shooting for 9 o'clock Eastern time. So if you have any other things you'd like a card for, or thoughts, I look forward to hearing them tomorrow night. So for now, play the bowl, play a few sounds, and I invite you to take some deep breaths with me and to enjoy letting go, kind of like we saw with the Four of Swords, letting go of thoughts and relaxing, and we'll settle down for the evening, and we'll be back here tomorrow. So thanks for being here. thank you so much for being here tonight. It was so fun. I'm so grateful we got to have this night of magic. So, blessings and love to everyone. And thank you so much for being here, everyone who pulled a card and anyone else watching. And I'll be back here tomorrow night. So, thank you and congratulations on the baby. They're so lucky to have someone like you to care for them. So wishing you guys all the love and blessings, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow night.